All right, good morning, everybody. Beautiful Sunday morning in Puerto Rico. So I have about 8 minutes to talk about some basics of maximizing your online visibility for patient acquisition. And we're going to start, let's see here. Where's the big green? Oh, the big one, yeah. Okay. All right, so as a financial disclosure, I am the owner of ACES Media Group and also an employee of the company. We specialize in elective healthcare, online marketing, not only LASIK and high-end cataract surgery, but also plastic surgery, bariatric facial, and cosmetic dentistry. So we have a very good background in a wide range of elective healthcare marketing online. All right, so let's talk a little bit about visibility. So essentially in today's environment, your perception of your practice, it really is equal to your visibility online. So there's no way around it. Consumers associate your online visibility with the quality of services. And if you think about it, you do exactly the same thing. If you get a recommendation for a restaurant and you go into Google and you type in best restaurant in San Juan or Italian restaurant in San Juan or whatever, wherever you're traveling, and you don't see the restaurant that's recommended to you, you immediately begin to wonder about the quality of the restaurant. But the reality is that the menu of the restaurant and the rankings on Google have nothing to do with each other, right? But yet that's how people associate quality. So when you're out there, you know, in this environment, when people are evaluating you based on what's online and not necessarily what you've done in your practice. And so if you think about how consumers now make decisions about healthcare, Pew does a study every year, and the most recent study showed that 77% of online health care seekers start on a search engine. So if they're interested in LASIK, if they're interested in laser cataract surgery, often they'll start on a search engine to learn about this procedure before they even start thinking about which surgeon they're going to use. And you have to remember, Google doesn't rank surgeons, it ranks websites. Okay, so I don't know how many times I've had surgeons tell me, you know, I've been in practice for 25 years, and that young whippersnapper down the street just showed up, and he outranks me on Google. And the answer to that is, but Google doesn't care that you've been in practice 25 years, right? They don't even know about that. What Google sees is your website and your online footprint. And that's what it's about, and that's what you have to think about when you're trying to maximize your patient acquisition online. And then, of course, 73% of consumers, once they find something online, they think it's trustworthy and accurate. So think about that, right? So 77% start on a search engine to learn about procedures. They end up on your competitor's website. They can say anything they want on their website, and three-quarters of the people are going to believe it, right? That's what we're faced with today in online marketing. So when you evaluate the success of your practice and your presence and generating new patients, you have to look at it from the way Google or a consumer looks at it, not from the old way of establishing your practice. And those are obviously still very important, but it's a new world out there. Okay, so, and of course, online visibility supports word of mouth. As soon as a consumer gets a word of mouth referral, the first thing they do is they go online and check you out. But also remember, as soon as they're online, they're also going to check out your competitors. So what you have to remember is every time you get a word-of-mouth referral, you're actually sending people to your competitors' websites. Because once they're online, they're not going to stop by looking at one surgeon. They may look at a number of them or a number of different options. So that's, again, that's a very important factor in the way people are evaluating and making decisions about elective health care. Okay, so I'm going to give you three kind of easy rules. We don't have a lot of time today. Three kind of easy rules that you need to always focus on to kind of as your basis for today's marketing. First of all, you have to own your own name. And what I mean by that is, you know, word of mouth is still the most important part of building practices. And you have to own your own name real estate online. And by that I mean is every derivation of your name, Dr. Paul Smith, MD, Dr. Paul Smith, MD, LASIK surgeon, Dr. Paul Smith, MD, LASIK surgeon in Detroit, every variation of your name you need to own, and your practice name, so that if someone goes online to search, you show up at the top of the search engines, and that's the first thing your web marketing company needs to do. It's pretty easy because you ought to be able to rank for your own name because you're the best resource for your own name. But that's what you want to do. Here's an example of a dermatologist that came across. I didn't pick anybody I didn't pick an ophthalmologist because you never know who's in the room. But Dr. Jonith Breadon, and you can see here she ranks actually number 4 for her own name. She's a dermatologist in Chicago, and this is very common. So essentially, she's giving up her name to Yelp and healthcare. So you know, she's got a 3-star on Yelp. So this you know, this is a no-brainer. You got to rank for your own name and own your own name real estate online. That's rule number one. Okay. Rule number two, what you have to remember is when people come to your website, they want to know what's in it for them, right? They don't really care what's in it for you. They want to know what's in it for them. So think about when you're developing your online presence, think about satisfying your patients. Okay. Now, what do a lot of people do? And I've seen many websites of people in this organization in this room. What they do is they put surgery on the homepage. Patients don't want surgery, right? Patients don't want to, to go into the surgical suite. What they want is an enhanced lifestyle. What they want is to have better vision after cataract surgery. What they want to have is LASIK or other types of procedures that improve their life. They don't want surgery. So, this is one of my favorites here. I mean, what is this? A consumer has no idea what that is, right? I mean, that could be a copier. I mean, we know in this room what it is. It's very familiar to us, but this means nothing to the patient, right? The patient wants to improve their lifestyle, enhance their lifestyle. So when you build your online presence, you want to focus on, what's in it for the patient and not what you think is slick and cool in your practice. Okay. Number three, today reviews are now probably the key factor in building your online footprint. And the statistics on this are pretty stunning. Just in the last year alone, the use of reviews by consumers to select doctors has grown 51%. It's second now only to restaurants in their use in making buying decisions. And so it's very important to look at your online presence from a review standpoint and understand what others are saying about your services. Okay, Review did a study last year. And they showed that when 18%, when reviews are mixed in with product sales, sales increased by 18, when reviews are mixed in with product information, sales increased by 18%. So what this means is you need to put reviews on your own website. So you put reviews on your own website, put your LASIK reviews on your LASIK page and your laser cataract surgery reviews on your laser cataract surgery page and so forth, and it's going to increase conversion. And so I don't have a lot of time to talk about it, but review strategy should be really three-pronged. I just said the first piece, and that's you want to make sure you put reviews on your own website. You generate reviews from your patients and put them on your own website. Second point is you want to have a way to drive patients to generate reviews. Because let's face it, if someone's unhappy, they're more likely to write a review than if they're happy. So what you want to do is have a way to get the happy people to write reviews too, to shift the balance in your favor. And the third thing you have to have a way to do is drive people to see those good reviews. If you have really good reviews on Yelp and not great reviews on Vitals, then put something on your website that sends people to Yelp, right? Control the message from your standpoint. So anyway, that's a brief overview. Thank you very much for your attention. And
thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
So